You cannot. You are not ready. Stay where it is safe. No one wants to hear you. You thought the voice was coming from outside, but the most powerful system does not control you by force. It teaches you how to control yourself. The system says you cannot. Then one day, you begin saying, I cannot, and the program disguises itself as your identity. Sometimes the system speaks through strangers, sometimes through people who love you, and sometimes it speaks through you. But the moment you recognize the voice, you are no longer completely unconscious beneath its command. Shit, I realize. A thought can exist inside you without possessing the authority to define you. The pause interrupts the program. The choice returns your agency. The matrix does not need to close the door. If it can teach you never to approach it, question the voice. Find the choice. Reclaim your authorship. Who wrote the code?
The epistemology of the matrix is the study of how we and what we are experiencing as real. Epistemology asks, what is knowledge? How do we distinguish truth from illusion? Can our senses be trusted? Which controls the framework through which we interpret reality? In the matrix, these questions become literal. Human beings believe they are living ordinary lives, but their sensory world is a computer-generated simulation. Eyes, ears, bodies, memories, social intuition all confirm a reality that is false. The central epistemological problem the film asks is this: when an illusion is complete, what evidence could prove that it is an illusion? Before Neo awakens, nearly everything he knows comes from within the matrix. Therefore, he cannot use the matrix's own information to conclusively prove that the matrix is false. His problems is not simply that he lacks facts. His entire system for recognizing facts has been constructed for him. That is a deeper epistemological trap. The matrix does not merely provide false answers, it controls the conditions under which questions can be asked. Philosophical foundations. Let's look at Plato's cave. In Plato's allegory, prisoners are chained inside a cave and see only shadows projected onto the wall. Because shadows are there, they have eyes to know. And those shadows appear as reality. Neo's awakening resembles a prisoner's leaving the cave. The truth initially hurts him. His eyes cannot tolerate the light because he has never truly used them. Knowledge, therefore, is not always comforting. It may involve the destruction of the world once previously called home. René Descartes wondered whether an evil deceiver might manipulate the senses and make an artificial world appear real. The matrix functions like Descartes' deceiver. It supplies convincing sensations while concealing their source. Neo questions becomes, can I know anything with certainty when my perception can be manufactured? Morpheus answers indirectly, the senses alone cannot guarantee truth becoming sensory experience. The film also looks at the philosophical thought experiment of a brain kept alive in a container and fed artificial electrical signals. The brain would experience the complete world without knowing that the world was being generated externally. In the Matrix, humanity is essentially a civilization of embodied brains in a vat. There are 3 levels of knowing. The film presents at least 3 forms of knowledge. Received knowledge. This is what society tells you is real. Neo has a name, a job, a record, obligations, social recognition, identity. This knowledge is externally authorized, but externally manufactured as well. Intellectual knowledge. Morpheus explains the matrix to Neo. Neo can understand the explanation conceptually, but he has not yet fully integrated it. A person may understand that the conditions exist that while still being governed by it. And there is embodied knowledge. Neo eventually stops merely believing that the matrix is artificial and acts from that knowledge. This is why he can bend or transcend the rules. His knowledge has moved from information into identity. He no longer says, perhaps the rules are unreal. He knows the rules do not possess ultimate authority over him. The red pill represents more than receiving secret information. It symbolizes the responsibility, the willingness to know even when knowledge destroys comfort. The blue pill preserves psychological security. The red pill preserves the possibility of truth. However, the film does not suggest that choosing truth is painless. Neo loses his home, identity, physical comfort, social certainty, and familiar world. The epistemological price of awakening is disorientation. The matrix is not only a technological simulation, it can also represent any system that tells people what is normal, what is possible, what is valuable, who they are, and what they should never question. Culture can become a matrix. Language can become a matrix. Ideology, advertising, trauma, social media, religion, political propaganda, and even personal memory can operate in the matrix. This does not mean that everything is false. It means that every human being usually encounters reality through filters. The matrix epistemological question is therefore not merely, is this real? What shaped the lens through which I'm calling real is real? The epistemological essence of agency is this. The deepest connection between the matrix and human agency is this. You cannot consciously direct your life while remaining completely unaware of the system. Neo's first liberation is not physical, it is epistemological. He begins to suspect that the official version of reality is incomplete. The sequence goes something like this: uneasiness, questioning, evidence, disruption, experience, integration, and finally agency. This is why knowledge, the matrix, is transformative. It changes his relationship to authority, fear, possibility, even identity. This is the final paradox. The movie leaves us with an uncomfortable problem. Escaping matrix does not automatically guarantee access to absolute truth. A person may leave one system of illusion only to enter another interpretation of reality. Therefore, epistemologically, maturity and discernment are still what awakens us. It is maintaining the discipline to ask, what might I still be unable to see? The epistemology of the matrix can be summarized in one sentence. Reality is not merely what we experience, it is what remains when we examine who created the experience, how it entered the mind, and whether we possess the agency to question everything. This has been Esoteric Lore. Choose wisely. Discern and develop your agency.
There's a moment after you hear something true when it lands in your body, not as an idea, but as a decision. I don't want to keep living on autopilot. Because autopilot isn't weakness, it's your nervous system running fast patterns under pressure. That's why smart people still snap, scroll, avoid, and repeat. Here's the reframe that matters. You are not your reactions. A reaction is a surge. You are the one who can interrupt it. Not by calming down perfectly, but by creating a small gap, a pause, seconds of space where choice becomes possible. That's also why insight alone doesn't change behavior. Under stress, knowledge disappears. Skills don't. Skills are trained. The Agency Academy book gives you the blueprint. It explains what's happening and where your leverage actually is. The Pause app is the training ground. It helps you practice in real moments when it's hard. If you're tired of reacting, go to iwillpause.com. Start training, claim the book, and choose differently in the next moment that matters.
If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.